Unit 2. Production process and types of metal. Iron production processes. Production process of pig iron. The important equipment in production is blast furnace. By smelted iron ore, coal and limestone. The quality of pig iron depended on the type of iron ore that used. Smelting of iron ore. By using blast furnace which shaped like flare stack, with approximately 30 meters height and 10 to 12 meters width tapered to top and bottom. Shell of furnace made by steel plate. There are internal lining on surface of shell. This is to keep the inner surface for thermal resistance. The middle part of furnace which is the melting area connected with hot air duct. By blasting with hot air blow into the middle part of the furnace, the temperature increased approximately up to 1600 to 1900 degrees caused the iron melting. This hot air helped to fuel saving. The production keeps on working continuously 24 hours a day. After 5 to 10 years it will be shut down for maintenance. Pig iron smelting process. Iron ore, limestone and coke feed to the top of the furnace, then arranged into different layers. Heats in smelting came from combustion of coke. Hot air blowing from the bottom of the furnace supports combustion. Limestone will formed with grinding from the molten iron into slag. Molten irons combined with carbon from coke go down to bottom of furnace by gravity with slag floating on top. When the molten iron get a quantity, then the bottom hole will be opened in order to let the molten iron flow into mold. After the molten iron cooled down and mold, it transformed to be ingot called pig iron. Production process of steel. The production of steel is a process that causes more pure iron, which contains 0.1 to 1.5% of carbon, at temperature 1100 to 1600 degrees Celsius. The process is to reduce or kill impurities from iron particles. Raw materials used in steel production is 1. Pig iron. 2. Steel scrap. 3. Chemical agents for steel properties improving. There are two types of furnace lining in steel production. 1. Base lining. 2. Acid lining. Base lining. 90% of this type of furnace use magnesite as lining material. The lining was arranged to form as fire brick. Properties of the used flux are base substance because they have good ability to get rid of impurities, which are silicon, sulfur, phosphorus, manganese and carbon, by formed together into base slag. Acid lining. The furnace lining material is silica. This type of furnace cannot remove phosphorus from molten iron. It is just able to remove some impurities, such as manganese and silicon. Then low phosphorus pig iron will be selected to use as raw material for this furnace type. Smelting by electric arc furnace. This process is currently very famous. By loaded steel scraps, which are from various unused mechanical parts, to the furnace. Then heat up the steel scrape by sparking between the carbon electrode and steel scrap. Heat increased continuously to melting point temperature, then the scrape transformed into molten steel. Limestone will formed with impurities into floating slag on surface of molten steel. Electric arc furnace gives higher temperature and productivity than other types of furnace. It is also uses for production of alloy steel, which has higher melting point temperature, such as molybdenum alloy steel, cast mild steel, tungsten alloy. Such alloy steel from electric arc furnace is good quality. Types of ferrous metal. Materials which are a ferrous metal. We can categorize as the following. 1. Pig iron. 2. Steel. 3. Cast iron. Pig iron. Pig iron is benefit product from smelting of iron ore which separate iron mineral from other substance. Raw material used in production by blast furnace are iron ore, limestone and coal. The product is hard and brittle, which cause poor resistance for impaction. As its properties is not good enough, it is only be used as raw material for other ferrous metal production, which are steel and cast iron. Types of pig iron. 1. Acid pig iron used in the production of cold rolled wrought iron, steel and cast iron. 2. Basic pig iron used in the production of cold rolled steel, cast iron. 3. Forging pig iron used in forging work, wrought iron, alloy steel. 4. Foundry pig iron used in production of cast iron for gray cast iron, alloy cast iron. 5. Malleable pig iron used in production of malleable cast iron, white cast iron, alloy, cast iron. Steel. Steel is ferrous metal material, which contains carbon between 0.1 to 1.5%, which cause properties of tough and ductile. Vary in percentage of carbon contained, directly affect in hardness and brittle. Types of steel. Carbon steel is steel which contain carbon and other elements as follows. Steel 97%. Carbon 0.05 to 1.5%. Manganese 0.025-1.65%. Sulfur 0.05%. Phosphorus 0.04%. Alloy steel. Alloy steel is steel which added a variety of elements such as nickel, chromium, aluminum, molybdenum, vanadium. Low alloy steel. Low alloy steel is an alloy steel which contain 10% maximum of variety of elements such as phosphorus, molybdenum, manganese, silicon, copper, chromium and nickel. Phosphorus, manganese, chromium and nickel help of strength and hardness improvement. Copper improved corrosion resistance. High alloy steel. High alloy steel is an alloy steel which contains over 10% of variety of elements. It is special steel used for cutting or forming tools in metal or non-metal working. Also it is the most expensive material, which produced from electric arc furnace. It can be quenched to improve hardness. The hardness values depends on the variety of elements in percentage contained in steel. This type of steel is high strength and good in corrosion and thermal resistance. It is also good property in strength. Types of non-ferrous metal. Non-ferrous metal is a metal that is not iron ferrous. Any metal, including alloy, that does not contain iron in appreciable amounts. It is categorized in two groups. Heavy metal. Heavy metal is metal which has density more than 4 kg per cubic meter. 1. Copper. 2. Tin. 3. Lead. 4. zinc. 5. Nickel. 6. Chromium. 7. Tungsten or wolfram. Light metal. Light metal is metal which has density less than 4 kg per cubic meter. 1. Aluminum. 2. Magnesium. 3. Titanium. 4. Beryllium. 5. Zirconium. Properties and application of non-ferrous metal. Heavy metal. The important heavy metal in mechanic industry can be considered in properties and application as follows. Copper. A red wrought metal which is good in thermal and electrical conductivity. It is tough and good corrosion resistance. It can be pulled or rolled into very thin sheet. Also can fix together by soldering, brazing. Applications of copper. 1. Electrical and electronic products such as electric wire. 2. Construction such as pipe, valve. 3. Machinery and devices such as copper wire and motor. 4. Weapons such as copper bullets. 5. Wares, jewelry such as bronze. Tin. Tin is white metal look like wrought silver. It is easy to be rolled and sheathed, good in corrosion resistance and electrical conductivity. The application is to be used as surface coating material in food packing container, such as can because it has no reaction with acid in food. Also be coating material on electrical, electronic parts and be material for jewelry. Important properties of tin. Good corrosion resistance which is good for surface coating material. It has low melting point temperature, ductile, good flowability in molds. Then it is used for coating on surface of other metal. For samples of application are coating on food packing can, soldering material, and jar. Lead is high-density metal, ductile, soft, tough, good flowability, good corrosion resistance, easy to combine with other metal. Application of lead. 1. In metal form, it used in production of batteries, bullet, soldering material, and radiation protection shield. 2. In chemical substance form, it used as additive in benzene, for octane number improved. 3. In alloying element, lead tin alloy used as coating material on steel plate for corrosion protection. Antimony lead tin alloy used for letter punch material. Copper lead alloy used for bearing material. Zinc. Zinc is white metal at normal atmosphere. It is poor in acid and alkaline resistance, but good for corrosion resistance. It can be rolled into thin sheet. Application of zinc is steel coating, called galvanized steel, which used as roofing material, plumbing material and barbed fence. Nickels. Nickel is white metal which looks like silver, ductile and shiny when polished. It used as alloying element for steel. Magnetic property and corrosion resistance will be increased when added into steel. Application of nickel. 1. In chemical industry, it used as parts and devices that directly contact with chemical substance such as container for concentrated sodium hydroxide production. 2. In automotive industry, it used as parts which required good heat resistance and corrosion resistance. 3. In the electrical and electronic industries, it used as resistor material and others. 4. In medical treatment, it used as pedicle screws, wire, shaped material and bone fixation. Chromium. Chromium is metal gray, look like steel. It has slivery shiny fracture when broken. Its property is hard, brittle, good corrosion resistance. Application of chromium. 1. In metal industry, it used as steel coating for shiny surface, rust prevention, impaction resistance and chemical resistance. It is also used as alloying element for making stainless steel. 2. In chemical industry, we use oxide of chromium and iron called chromite for production of sodium bihormate, which is source material for various chromium-based chemicals. These chromium-based chemicals are used in leather tanning and as catalysts. Tungsten or wolfram. Tungsten or wolfram is metal, which has high melting point temperature, resistance to corrosion, electrical conductivity and thermal conductivity. Application of tungsten or wolfram. 1. It used for material of filament wire, in incandescent light bulb and electronic devices. 2. It used as alloying material for tools such as cutting tools. 3. Tungsten carbide used as durable part of tools. 4. Niobium tantalum tungsten alloy is used as material for part of combustion chamber and spacecraft.